Hello, and welcome to Hello English World Podcast, the podcast where we learn English one simple conversation at a time. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Paul. We are so happy you're listening with us today.
We are, because today's topic is something we all deal with. Paul, have you ever felt that pressure to do everything perfectly? You know, the idea that you have to make huge changes to get better.
Oh, absolutely. We see it everywhere online. Learn a language in 30 days. Transform your life this week. It makes you feel excited for about 5 minutes.
Exactly. But then reality hits. You try to keep up with these massive goals and it's just too much. I used to do this all the time. I decide to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. I do it for a day or two, miss one day, and immediately think, see, I can't do it. I failed.
I know that feeling so well. It's a cycle, isn't it? You set a big goal, you miss it, and then you feel guilty. You start thinking, maybe I'm just not a disciplined person. I used to believe something was wrong with me.
Me too. I thought I just didn't have enough willpower, but I've learned something really important. The problem wasn't me. It was my approach. It was the all or nothing thinking.
Right, because real, lasting discipline doesn't feel like a punishment. It's not about forcing yourself to do things you hate. It's about building small habits that you can actually stick with, even when you're tired or busy.
And that's what we want to share with you today. We have 5 small, simple habits that helped us build consistency without feeling overwhelmed. These are tiny changes that made a huge difference.
They seem almost too easy, but that's why they work. When a habit is easy, you do it. When you do it day after day, that's how you truly change and grow.
So, as we talk, we invite you to think about this. What is one tiny thing you could do each day? Just one thing that feels possible. That little action could be the beginning of something wonderful.
And stick around. Later in the show, our friend Erica will join us for her vocabulary breakdown. She'll explain some of the useful English words and phrases we use today in a slow, clear way.
And for those who want to practice more, we have a free PDF guide for this episode. It has all the vocabulary, some questions to think about, and even some fun grammar exercises. The link is in the show notes. Okay, are you ready to build discipline in a kinder, gentler way?
Let's begin. The first micro-habit completely changed my perspective. For years, I believed that to be consistent, I had to go big. So I would make these huge promises. I'll read 50 pages of my English book every night. I'll exercise for an hour every day.
And what happened?
I'd fail, of course. And every time I failed, I wasn't just breaking a promise, I was breaking my trust in myself. It made me feel like I couldn't rely on myself.
I understand that. So what changed for you?
I heard this simple idea. Make your habit so small it's almost funny. Make it laughably easy. At first, I didn't get it, but I tried it. Instead of reading 50 pages, I told myself just read one paragraph.
And you did it?
I did. It was so easy I couldn't say no. The next day, I read 2 paragraphs. Soon, reading a little bit each night just became a normal part of my day. The pressure was gone.
Yes, I had the same experience with learning guitar. I thought I have to practice for 30 minutes or it doesn't count. But when I changed the goal to just hold the guitar for 1 minute, everything shifted. It took away all the fear of failure. And the funny thing is, once I was holding it, I usually played for 5 or 10 minutes.
That's the magic of it. A little bit of action creates momentum. The goal isn't to do less forever. The goal is to make starting so easy that you can't fail. When you start, you realize you're not lazy. You were just trying to carry a goal that was too heavy.
So if you are finding it hard to be consistent, try doing less, not more. Make it ridiculously small.
learn one new English word, do one push-up, tidy one corner of your room. That is where real, lasting change starts.
And once I started being kinder to myself with my goals, I noticed something else. I noticed how I spoke to myself and to others. I used to say sorry all the time for everything. Sorry to bother you, sorry I have a question, sorry I'm a few minutes late.
Oh, I did that too. I thought it was just being polite. But really, I was making myself smaller. Every time I said sorry for no reason, I was sending a message that I was in the way, that my needs weren't important.
It really hits you when you realize that. I would even write sorry for the delay in an email when I replied just an hour later. That kind of language makes you feel less confident. But then a friend gave me amazing advice. She said, stop saying sorry. Start saying thank you.
That is such a powerful switch. So instead of sorry I'm late, you say what?
Thank you for your patience, or thank you for waiting for me. Instead of sorry for talking so much, I now say thank you for listening. It changes the whole feeling from guilt to gratitude. It feels so much better, and it makes your English sound more confident too.
It's a tiny change in words, but a huge change in mindset. So that's the micro habit. Notice when you say sorry automatically and try replacing it with thank you. It builds your self-respect, and other people feel that positive energy.
And here's a beautiful thing that happens. When you stop making yourself small, when you stop apologizing for taking up space, you start to feel more present in your own life. You start to see the good things that are already there.
That is so true. I remember I used to think that life was all about fixing problems, but then I realized maybe life just needs to be noticed. I started a new quiet habit. It was on a rainy afternoon. I was looking out the window, feeling a little sad, and I was holding a warm cup of tea.
And what happened?
I just stopped, and I focused on the feeling of the warm cup in my hands and the sound of the rain. And a little thought came into my head. This, right here, this is a good moment.
I love that. This is a good moment.
Ever since then, I do it all the time. When my morning coffee tastes just right, when I hear a song I love on the radio, when the world feels busy, but for a second, I feel calm. I pause and I say to myself, this is a good moment.
That's so powerful. We are taught that big, important moments are what matter, a graduation, a new job. But it's the little moments of peace that make up a happy life. That 5-second pause, the first deep breath of fresh air in the morning.
And for anyone trying to be more disciplined, I would say this. Don't just track your progress, track your good moments. Because discipline isn't just about doing more things, it's about feeling more connected to your life. So here's the habit. The next time something small feels good, just for a second, pause. Say to yourself, this is a good moment. Maybe this small, ordinary moment is the beautiful life we've been looking for.
You know, once I started noticing those good moments, I also started noticing what takes them away. And for me, the biggest one is stress.
Yes, it just appears, doesn't it? A tightness in your chest, a fast beating heart, and just like that, the calm is gone. I used to think feeling stressed meant I was weak.
Exactly. I would think, why am I so anxious? I need to calm down. I saw stress as the enemy. But then I learned an idea that changed everything for me. It's not the stress that harms us. It's how we think about the stress.
I've heard about this, like that study where they told students that nervous feeling you have before a test, that's not fear. That's your body getting ready to do a great job. It's energy. And when the students believed that, they actually performed better.
It's amazing, right? So now when I feel stressed, I try to change my inner voice. Instead of, oh no, I'm so stressed, I try to say, okay, my body is giving me energy for this. Instead of, I hate this feeling, I say, this feeling means that I care about this.
That little mental change is huge. When you stop fighting stress, you can start using it. You can guide that energy. So that's the micro habit. When you feel stress, don't immediately push it away. Pause and reframe it. Ask yourself, what is this energy for? Maybe it's excitement. Maybe it's telling you something important.
And that pause, that moment where you choose how to respond instead of just reacting, it's so important. It helps in other parts of life too. And that brings us to our last habit.
This one has helped me become a more patient and calm person. I used to be very quick to react. If someone said something that bothered me, I'd have a sharp reply ready. If I got an upsetting email, I would reply instantly.
And you'd regret it later?
Almost every single time. It felt like I needed to respond immediately to be in control. But now I know that real control is in the pause. So I've built a new habit. When something triggers me, I give myself time. I might say, let me think about that and get back to you. Or I just close my eyes, take one deep breath, and do nothing.
That pause doesn't show weakness, it shows wisdom. When you respond thoughtfully instead of reacting emotionally, you act like the person you want to be, calm, kind, and in control of yourself.
So that's the final habit. Create a little space between a trigger and your response. Even 3 seconds can be enough. That little pause protects your peace of mind and your relationships. It's a muscle you can train. Every time you choose to pause, you are building emotional strength.
I love that. And if you have listened this far, thank you. We know today was a bit more personal, but we hope it gave you some ideas for being a little kinder to yourself.
And now it's time for one of our favorite parts of the podcast. It's time to slow down and look at some of the English words we use today.
That's right. It's time for Erica's vocabulary breakdown. Erica is here to gently guide you through some of the key phrases from our chat. Take it away, Erica.
Thank you, Sarah and Paul. And hello to all of you listening. It's Erica, and I'm so happy to be here with you. Let's take a quiet moment together to understand some of the words and phrases from today's conversation. I will speak slowly so you can listen, understand, and maybe even repeat the words softly. Our first word is willpower. Willpower is the inner strength you use to make yourself do something difficult. Example, I needed more willpower to finish my homework. Let's say it together. I needed more willpower to finish my homework. Willpower is like a muscle for your mind. Next, a very useful phrase, to hit a wall. When you hit a wall, it means you reach a point where you can't continue or make any more progress. Example, I was studying for hours, but then I hit a wall and couldn't focus anymore. Try it with me. I hit a wall. It's okay to stop when you hit a wall. It means it's time to rest. Here is a wonderful word, sustainable. If something is sustainable, it means you can continue to do it for a long, long time without getting exhausted. Example, a 10-minute walk every day is a sustainable habit for me. Say it with me, a sustainable habit. Sustainable goals are kind goals. Now, a phrase about starting something. To get the ball rolling. This means to begin a process or activity so that it can start to make progress. Example, just washing one dish can get the ball rolling on cleaning the whole kitchen. Repeat after me, get the ball rolling. A small start is all you need. Here's another feeling, overwhelmed. To feel overwhelmed means you feel like you have too much to do or handle, and it's very stressful. Example, when I saw all the emails, I felt completely overwhelmed. Let's say it softly. I felt overwhelmed. When you feel this, remember to take one small step. Now, a useful verb, to reframe. To reframe something means to change the way you see or think about it, usually to be more positive. Example, I tried to reframe my nervousness as excitement. Say it with me. I tried to reframe it. Reframing can change your whole day. This is a common experience, to trigger someone. If something triggers you, it causes you to have a strong, immediate emotional reaction, like anger or sadness. Example, his comment about my work really triggered me. Let's try this one. That can trigger me. Knowing your triggers is a sign of self-awareness. Here is a feeling we want more of: gratitude. Gratitude is the feeling of being thankful and showing appreciation for good things in your life. Example, I feel gratitude for my friends and family. Say it with warmth. I feel gratitude. Gratitude helps us see the good. And our final word today is momentum. Momentum is the force that keeps something moving forward after it has started. Example, after I finished the first task, I had the momentum to do 2 more. Say this one with energy. I had momentum. Action creates momentum. That is all for today, my friends. I hope these words help you. Try to choose just one word and use it in a sentence today. I will be back next time. Until then, be gentle with yourself.
Thank you so much, Erica. That was beautiful, as always.
So calming and clear. We hope that you, our listener, are feeling a little more peaceful and confident now. If this episode was helpful, please consider sharing it with a friend who might need it.
And don't forget to check the show notes for the link to the free PDF with all of today's vocabulary and exercises. Until next time, take good care.
And remember to keep learning one small, gentle step at a time. Goodbye for now.